The next building is the graveyard, or what the Americans call a mausoleum. Want to make sure you have all the parts. You have the base, you have the front and back of the building, you have the two sides, you have two of the roofs, you have the two front and back sides of the roof, the same mechanism for the hinge. You have two fence posts, and you have the roof, the pointed roof parts like we had in the other one. Just make sure you notice that they have the differences in bottoms, and they also only have the pointed sides of the roof. You have the gates. You have the steps to the entrance. We actually have a spare set of steps, but we'll just put them aside. You have the two signs that says Memento Mori or Sweet Release. You have the entrance. You have the entrance pillars. You should have 3 gravestones, 2 spider's webs for decoration, and then again a bunch of small wooden planks that you can decorate whatever you like. So we're going to do the same. We're going to put the roof parts separate. We're going to put all the garden pieces like the graves and the fence aside. I'm only going to use the Memento Mori because you can pick between the two. Excuse me, hiccup. So we'll get our glue again. Unlike the previous design, this one can be glued either way, so you just want to decide which way you want your graves to point. To be honest, I don't really think it matters. I'm going to decide this way. So what we'll do, we'll grab the front. And we'll dab glue in between. Do the same on the other side. And then we'll do a little bit on the base pegs as well. Do the same on the back. Remember to leave the very top piece, the very top peg, completely devoid of glue, because you want it to be able to open. Unless you want to glue it shut. Completely your choice. And put a bit of glue on the bottom and a little bit on the pegs. And unlike the last design, I think I'm going to put glue on these ones as well, because it didn't feel like enough glue on the first try. Go. So you want to make sure the designs are on the outside. So the taller part goes onto the front. Oops, that was lucky. Taller part of the front. Could be a little finicky. And then the back piece. And then slot it onto the base. There we go. Then grab your step. You want the larger step first. Pop a bit of glue on the sides. And that slides in from the inside. We put a tiny bit of glue on that one. I'm going to try and slide it in from the inside. Way. I want to make sure the stones are facing this side. I'm actually going to do it from this side, I think. So slide it in, hold the bottom piece with your finger on the inside, and then push the other step ever so slightly until it reveals. Then going to build the roof again. Dab some glue in the slots. I'm just going to wipe the glue off the tops. Glue there and there. same on the other one. And then, like the last one, slot onto the piece without glue. Let it rest. Slot the other one down. Slot them on top. And then while that glue is still drying, paint a little bit of glue on the sides. Get a little glue into those parts there. Dab a bit more glue here. I like to just dab a tiny bit near the base of those spikes. Slot your roof through the spikes. Then dab a bit more glue into your roof topper. Slide it through the gap. Make sure they're finding properly. And there we go. Give it a test. Looks good to me. Gonna grab one of our pillars. Paint a little glue on the back. A little on its base. And then just press it against the wall and against the steps. Paint a little glue on the other one. Touch on the base. And do the same. Touch of glue on the back of the door. Door frame, I should say. And then just place that aligning with the steps. The fencing only fits in one direction. Just want to make sure that they align like so. They won't fit this way. So get a bit of glue, pop it in between their pegs. And then slide them in. The same on the other side. It's good to try and get the insides of the pegs, like by here. And then make sure they align properly. Yep. And grab your front gates, glue them along the bottom. Do the same for the little graves, pop a little bit between, a little bit on the sides. And then slot your graves in. Wipe any glue that pops out. And you can pick whichever order you want the graves to go in. And then put your fence posts in, making sure they face the correct way. And the Memento Mori sign. Slot that between the two parts of the roof. Make sure they line up with the front. And then I would recommend letting that dry. I recommend letting that dry open just in case any glue seeps out along here, because if you shut it and any glue seeps out on top of here, it's going to glue shut. But I didn't get any glue on there. And then again, you have the spider's webs and the wooden planks, and they can just be put anywhere. I like to put one like on the side, like at the back maybe, and I like to put one on the roof, and then you can fit the wooden planks wherever. Then one thing I like to do is to put one on the roof and then to just have one resting in the graveyard, and then you can just reposition it wherever you want then. It's one alternative.